Pick up. down the wing.
On the side? On the floor? So, yeah. Yeah.
Tackled into the turf now. For a ball up. 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Just.
So Wiley now. Off the hands, kicking inside forward 50, Sulzberger. Just hanging out. Going deep inside field 50. Not very far camera. Kick down the wing, Ryan stands underneath this one, just throwing it nicely was Connie Young. Kick inside, forward 50.
Good to go.
Off the hands of Harvey Griffiths, twisting, turning Griffiths. Then pass back over the top to Cox Goodyear. Kick just soccering Josh Green. First game back in a few weeks, tumbling ball inside the direction of goal. Wiley's the goalkeeper on the last line of defence. And good afternoon to all our listeners. Just getting technical difficulties there underway. Bo Down and Ryan Rosendale in the box. Jim Woolley on the camera. Pleasure to have your company on a pretty cold winter's afternoon here, Ryan. It must be set.
Very cold, Bo, definitely. Pleasure to be with you, though. This should be an absolute cracking contest. Top of the table, 1v2. Clarence's best chance, I think, all year to knock off North Lawney on their home deck today.
Certainly is as we go back inside forward 50 now. Off the hands. Pause boom. Holmes tackled with it. Here is Wiley. Long kick out wide. Green's the intended target, just off the hands of that man, Lockie Mitchell. And they're going to go again here, Clarence. Tumbling ball forward. Only North Launceston numbers outnumber the contest. Here is Fletcher Bennett. Just tapped it on in front of Connor Young. Inside forward 50 now. This one is just going to be trapped in. Ryan, it's a really big game for both of these teams. You'd expect whoever wins today will be the top seed, you'd assume. Well, North Launceston are pretty heavily up there.
Obviously can't be unseated from that number one spot, so they'll definitely host the first final in a number of weeks. But as I said, Bo, this would do wonders for Clarence's confidence heading into September if they can knock off North Lawney. That way they know they can do it, despite the fact they'll likely have to go up to Newcastle and build that first final. Green kicks inside. As I rambled on a little bit there, and that's a terrific grab. Taken inside from the former skipper Jared Harper. So he had a shot earlier in the contest just while we're trying to get our technical difficulties underway, and he missed. So this will be Harper's second shot on goal. Big in there too, by you called his name before. Fletcher Bennett missed the last two games as a North Lawney co-skipper. So really big in today for the Bombers in what, as we've said a number of times now, it's a really big occasion today. So no goals kicked yet as we hit the 5.5 minute mark of the first quarter here at Bellerive. Can the former skipper in Jared Harper put through the first and get the Roos off to the perfect start? That never looked like going through. Gets it to the top of the square though. Players taken, and I think a mark's taken there by that man, as Bo mentioned, Bryce Alholmes. So you would think from set shot accuracy here, Bo, you'd back Bryce Alholmes in to kick this.
Fifth on the goal kicking tally, Hudson Medal, Ryan. He's got 30 to his name.
He's had a really good year, Bryce Alholmes. Can he put through the first of the day? He can. So the Roos get the perfect start at Bellerive. Alholmes has one. And the Roos take an early 6-point lead. 1-1-7 play, 0-1-1, 6 minutes gone.
Run through a couple ins and outs for today's match. Josh Green, Fisher and Rainbird. So a bit of experience coming back into this Clarence team.
Rainbird a massive in, I think, both.
Yeah, definitely. Richards, Gapin, haymaking way. Gapin was good last week, had 2 goals, I believe, and he looked really settled down there to the young player. Bennett, as you mentioned, Nash, Manchan and Dam, Young, Van Dam, I should say, and Thomas in. Sam Simpson out, big out. Nicholas, Dom Pitt.
Michael Stingle
as well. Callow and DePoli. Cubank is also out for the North Launceston Bombers this afternoon. We haven't known a whole lot of them this year, Ryan.
No,
but
really excited
we've been watching from afar. And
see them up close today.
Been really good as this one's tapped down from Holmes. Preshaw with a clearing kick out towards the wing. Nice sliding mark taken though by the defender. It was Bailey Mitchell back in the side this week. Cox Goodyear just got upended. Really heavy collision.
He's down too. He fell hard. He's a tough nut. He'll be up, but it did not look good from where we sit, bud.
And then Van Dam inside forward 50 by O'Leary. Tumbling to the back. Here's Griffiths. Harry Griffiths with the first of the afternoon for North Launceston. He's the best goal kicker in the comp, Brian, showing exactly why he's a goal sneaker.
Yeah, leading the Coleman, he has done for the majority of the year. Josh Green right on his tail, but Harvey Griffiths, he puts through the first of the day for the Northern Bombers, so takes us back to an even ball game. Plenty of action wherever you look on the AFL Toast YouTube page today. You've got the 3 TSL games, obviously here with us at Bellreeve Oval. You've got Kingborough and Glenorchy out at KG5, a big game for the Tigers. They're heading into finals, and you can also join Andrew Cooling on the call in North Hobart for the Demons and Lauderdale. And we should mention it. Good luck and all the best to Jack McCulloch on his return from an injury. So he'll be back today for the Demons. While you've also got Tubes Taylor in the ODFA Grand Final on the YouTube page. Tri Bunner and Bothwell battling that one out. So footy back in the middle now. Comes out to Preshaw. He can't take it cleanly, and the Bombers are going to have numbers at this footy.
One late change today, Ryan. Mitch Rainbird out.
So Rainbird is out. So I mentioned he was a big in, and he's even bigger out in that case. So
just got that confirmed.
Do it without Rainbird. Kick out of the back line now by Lockie Mitchell. He goes wide. They bring it inside now to Leary. He can't take the mark though. He's got 2 to beat now. Well helped out there by his teammate. Comes inside now to Sulzberger, the vice captain. He's just got to wheel and go straight away. He kicks inside, man in front takes it, it's a good one. So, you often hear, Bo, play in front as a forward and you'll get rewarded, and exactly on that occasion, I think it might be Declan Chug. And look at the number 19.
Yeah, good spot, Ryan.
Declan Chug, the vice captain. He's had a really good year this year. Played a lot of footy in defensive 50 across the journey, but shifted forward by new Bombers coach Adrian Smith at the start of the year, and he's kicked a few bags of 6 on a number of occasions, I think. So this will be the perfect start today for Declan Chug. Can he put through the Bombers second? Kicks from about 45 out. He works the angle incredibly well. Declan Chug, and he lets the crowd know about it too. So the Bombers have 2, and they take a 6-point lead early in the first quarter.
Tell you what, Ryan. Brilliant showing of North Launceston faithful here this afternoon. I'll tell you what, they've definitely made the trip down the highway, that's for sure.
Good to see a lot of the North Lonnie people down here. Probably one of the last times, Bo, apart from, I think they play Kingborough next week or the week after. So one of only 2 chances they'll get to see their side play in Hobart, given, as we know, the TSL will wind up at the end of this year unless they somehow lose a home final in the first week up at UTAS, and they may have to come here and play a Kingborough, Lauderdale or a Clarence in a prelim. So one of the last road trips North Lonnie will play here. Obviously a good ground in their history. Bo won a grand final here against Lauderdale a few years ago.
Yeah, certainly, Ryan. As Holmes taps that one down, Ryan got a fresh airy on pursuit there. Was Bo Nash. Just give away the free kick though as they send it inside forward 50. Here is Green sliding. Free kick to Josh Green. So, back this week, I believe, off an ankle injury.
Ankle, yeah. Last time he played was that round 14 game week here, Bo, where he did the ankle in the first quarter and still went on to kick 6 goals. So, Greeny's first game back today.
Did have a few ankle problems in the AFL, I believe. So he loads up from outside 50, just to the top of the square. Happily fisted over by the North Launceston defence. And Ryan, this is a cracking game. It's hyped up.
Yeah, we knew it would be coming here. I was really probably the most excited for a game of footy I've been this year in the TSL boat. Should mention too, congratulations to Clarence midfielder Oscar Prokrotny. Plays his 100th senior game today. Good to chat to him during the week for the Mercury newspaper, and mention that He felt there was a real maturity about this group this year. Obviously, they've played in 2 consecutive losing prelims under Coach Peter Ryan. They played in 3 before that under former coach Jeremy Weberly. So a lot of these players have played in 4 or 5 losing prelims or losing semi-finals in the second last week of September. So they know what it's like. They've felt that pain on a number of occasions, and you think, given that where they sit on the ladder at this point of the year, it's their best chance to go one better this September and make a grand final against what will probably be the team they face today.
Brian, they only scored 29 points last time they met up at Utah Stadium in round 12. They're already nearly a quarter of the way there, so obviously the home ground advantage for Clarence is a big thing. They haven't travelled well up to Launceston to face North Launceston. If they can win this today, this will be a really, really big scalp, as you mentioned, and more belief heading up there. It has to be done at Utah Stadium at some point in the latter stages of the year.
It does, yeah.
A really big confidence booster to win
today.
today.
Prelim up there, of course, last year up at Utah's, so 3 straight games up to their play, they've lost. You hear again, Bo, you mentioned that crowd there. Lively early, 2 free kicks inside 50, and that one goes against the co-captain in Fletcher Bennett. So they'll get a shot on goal through James Glover. So a man that really came here as a defender, was a star for university in the Old Scholars competition, and he's been shifted forward in probably the second half of the year, and he's played incredibly well in a new bit of a makeshift role. So Glover, can he kick another and give Clarence the early lead here? That does not look good, though, so that's a behind. 1-3-9, plays 2-1-13. 13 minutes gone in the first quarter.
Tell you what, we can expect a real finals-like game this afternoon, I would have thought. It's already shaping up to be like that contested game. And the weather conditions are really different because obviously quite wet, but you wouldn't expect a lot of scoring in a game like today with the weather. But Clarence Dev League team kicked 133 points, so really different sort of outcome in this weather as Thomas tries to pick that one up. In fact, it was Griffiths, just dumps a long one down the line. Standing over that one is Fisher, scooped it up, Thomas with a hand pass, and now Cleary is there for support for Harper. Loams has shifted down back last week, has looked alright. Just spoilt there from Glover. Here is Green, so nifty, breaks the tackle, sending them inside forward 50. They're a 3-man out at Holmes. Very quiet last week, James Holmes. Wheels and goes inside forward 50. Out the back is a nice mark taken. And I think it's Jack Dolliver coming off 5 2 weeks ago, trying to play on. If that wasn't a certain goal, this one should be on 5 metres out, Ron.
Probably lucky, and might have been a little bit of a nudge there, but I let it go. So North Lonnie have probably been on the wrong end of a few calls inside 50. But either way, as I said, by Jack Dolliver should put this through.
For a 1-point lead, Dolliver, no mistake on it, sends it into the bleachers here at Blundstone Arena. Does it pretty easily. In fact, he gets his first of the afternoon. Had a really good year, Jack Dolliver, hasn't he, Ryan? He's been a goal sneak when people probably didn't have him up there to kick many goals this year. Yeah,
he has. Obviously had his time split last season, I think, from memory, the year before that too, across the Tasmanian Devils Coach Talent League program in Clarence. So hasn't played a lot of senior TSL footy, but obviously went undrafted last year, and he's been able to come back to Clarence and, as you said, Bo, really play some strong footies high up there. I want to say top 10 or top 15 on the Hudson count. So he's been able to hit the scoreboard on a number of occasions. He's been a real star this year for the Roos. Lee won that one down in the middle, but might have been in the back there. Umpire said no. As we said, it's just going to be a case of trying to get the footy quick inside your forward 50, because on a day like this where the weather's not going to be kind to you, it's probably going to be the team that's smartest that's going to win the game, not the team that's the most skillful, if you want to say that. Right, this ruck battle is interesting. He dominated the last game they played at Utah Stadium. Alex Lee, 13 clearances, 148 ranking points, if you don't mind. Holmes is one of the better ruckmans of the competition. This ruck battle for me is where it's going to be won today. You're right, yeah. Holmes has had a super year. Alex Lee's been a champion in this competition for so long, so you're right, Bo. That'll be a good contest. Pre-short tap over was smart to Green. He gets a kick away there. So Bennett goes off to a teammate in Bales. So the vice-captain who won the League for him medal in that state game up in Utah a few weeks ago. Had a dominating performance against the New South Wales ACT combined team. So he'll be an important player today as the tackle's just ridden into the ground there. I think it might have been from Keegan Wiley. So he'll be an important player today to shut down for North Lonnie. Just such good rebound and drive off that half-back line for the Roos.
Just had no one to go to inside forward 50 there, Ryan. They had Protney drifting back as a spare and they just couldn't go.
They couldn't, so Holmes won that tap down. He thumped it forward. Whistle's being blown. The umpire's going to call a free kick away of the Bombers. So they'll go inside 50 now. No, they won't. They'll go short, and now they'll go inside 50. So high ball, who's there? No one. So falls over the back. Clarence will look to get this out just to be able to reset here, and they do. That's smart. So reset now. We tick into the 17-minute mark of the first quarter. As I said, 3 games down south for you today. Launceston, the Blues with the bye. So no doubt a lot of Northern Tasmanian footy fans tuning into this one, both.
So definitely is. He's just sent in a few scores from the Devils. It was 14-9. 93 defeating the Bendigo Pioneers, 2-10-22. A lot of those City Park boys will be watching this afternoon. We've loved your work all year.
Best in the business, so
certainly
good to have all the Northern Tasmanian folk with us on the stream. As we said, this should be a grandstand finish. Holmes won it down, Propotny couldn't get hands to it. They're going to go forward again here. Might have been taken high there. I think umpire probably missed one. That's a massive tackle. So some good pressure inside 50 from the Bombers, and probably Stimpo haven't had the rub of the green in their defensive half, and probably missed one there in the forward half.
Yeah, they've got a spare as well. It's Fletcher Bennett there, just peeling off. The team with the best skill, I reckon, today is easily going to win it. Who's cleaner in the wet? Who's going to take those marks in the clutch time? Is just failing to mark that one is Harper. A lot of, I guess, skill's going to be needed today with this ball to be drenched. You would have thought. It's not looking too bad though. The ground, the centre square in particular, is looking pretty bad. But apart from that, everything else is looking right. As Home just trying to soccer it out of the ruck.
Yeah, not sure that should have been kicking in back. I'm not too sure you can just do that out of the ruck, both. So a few missed early by the umpire.
They've got the best 3 in the business though this afternoon. They've got Adam Hayes, Nathan Geese, and Brad Percy. AFLW umpire Brad Percy, and
finally
it will be Nathan Geeson to pay that one as Alex Lee to send them forward once more. Who's there? Cox Goodyear. Also, just getting tackled there was Jack Ahern. My apologies, it wasn't Cox Goodyear. He's going to come up to this stoppage now as a throw-in deep inside forward 50 for Launceston. Just tapping it out of trouble there was Holmes. Cox Goodyear tackled in the stick. Here is Fisher now. This one's going to be over the line. Yeah, I think in the wet we tend to see more deliberates paid. Just looking back to a few AFL games, which is always hard to judge deliberate, but I think we tend to see it more paid in the rain. As this one's thrown back in, nicely done there. And the big fella in Matthews, all just bobbling out. Trapped now though, deep in the teeth of goal for North Launceston.
It's the exact type of game we expected coming in. Contested tight. The 2 best teams in the TSL this season going head-to-head. That one will go across the boundary line again. So we'll reset for the 4th time. So 2 more rounds after this weekend bowl of TSL footy to go before we hit September. So almost the final season of the Tasmanian State League will be in the books. No doubt a lot of people sad to see the State League go, but clearly a lot bigger and better things to come for Tasmanian footy in the next few years. Bombers are going to kick this one out through event. So the veteran is going to come back outside to Kerr. Kerr's got a little bit of time and space. He goes back to go forward. Kick inside now. It's a high one. Mark not taken by Griffiths. Clarence are going to have to do a lot here just to lock this footy in and not get pinned ball. And they've done exactly that. So they'll reset again. So repeat inside 50s for North Lonnie, but still down by 2 points on the scoreboard. 2-3-15 place, 2-1-13 as we just hit the 20.5-minute mark here at Belrive. We said, not a great day for footy, but the rain isn't coming down too heavy. It's probably more the wind that's going to affect the play today, you'd think, Bo. Hanslow tried to get hands on it. Event laid a good tackle. And they'll reset again.
Yeah, it is quite blustery. I think it might be left to right wind on. I'm not quite sure. It does feel that way, but
from where we stand here up in the grounds, it looks like the rain might have died down a fraction. So we might, not too sure, we'll see some sunshine, but we might get some clean air. You can see the wind really playing havoc with the footy now. Goes inside again. Griffiths has got the footy. He's hit hard there by Cleary, I think it was. That was huge from the former Glenorchy Premiership defender. That looked like a certain goal there from Harvey Griffiths. Coach Peter Ryan will be thrilled with that defensive intent from the veteran. So North Lonnie again. Holmes tried to take it out of the ruck, couldn't do it. He's a strong tackle now on the man in the 42, Caelan Matthews. Looks like he'll take the ruck duties inside that 450, give Alex Lee a bit of a chop out.
Question without notice, Ryan. Who do you reckon this game would suit more? A real scrappy, contested. We haven't seen a whole lot of North Launceston, but if they want to be they're obviously a really big threat, but if they want to be the best team in the competition, they need to do it in all conditions. Who do you reckon this type of game will suit?
Given the skill and the cleanness that you see North Lonnie work the footy off half back with, I want to say Clarence, but I think we're all coming today driving here in the car. I did think these conditions will probably suit the Roos more as Cox Goodyear goes towards goal. The champion! He puts it through, he made no mistake. That's why he's been one of the best players this competition's ever seen. Cox Goodyear kicks his first of the day, North Lonnie's third. That's 3-1-19, 2-3-15. So back to the question you asked, but I think coming here, I didn't think it was Clarence, but early days, North Lonnie have not looked worried at all given this weather and the advantage that Clarence have today on their home deck. So I think all I can say is that it's going to go right down to the wire. Not sure I've called a game decided by a couple of goals or less this year, so I think this might be the first one today given what we've seen so far.
It's a good call, Ryan, and I think if this game was in maybe better conditions, Clarence would definitely be favouring Clarence more, but Launceston just seemed to me with the type of players as they have, as looks like it was Van Dam tackled without it. Going inside forward 50 again, Leary trying to make his way out of that tackle here. As Griffiths tied along the boundary, keeping it in, just trickling over the line. I would have said this game would favour North Launceston now. They look like a really scrappy team. Bradcock Goodyear likes to get down and really have a crack. So this is going to be an absolute thriller. It won't be going anywhere. This is the game of the round this afternoon, and it's all brought to you by the AFL Tas live stream. Cripps TSL action round 19. Just a hat kick out of defence there. Cox Goodyear nearly marking it. Gets the hand pass off to Leary. High kick inside forward 50. Just bouncing over for a behind. 24 minutes gone here. 2-3-15 plays 3-2-20. 5-point lead to the visiting team, North Launceston. As Keegan Wiley is going to bring this one in. Just goes short. Finds a teammate in James Beerley. Just looking to go down the line. We've got a few targets if he wants to. He had Harper down. Holmes as well, who we mentioned was pretty quiet last week. Ryan didn't have a great game, but he wasn't really needed.
He's been good early today, Holmes.
So here is Ryan taking advantage. Thomas was sneaking up on him. Ryan with some strong hands.
That's a good mark in the wet.
It certainly is.
That's a terrific grab.
Here is Ryan. Wanting to go quickly. Wiley was lurking around. Only as far as Norton. Long kick from Baxter Norton to the top of the square. Just taken nicely
Bennett
from Fletcher. Bennett, Ryan.
So, skipper. He'll go to half back. Can't take the mark there, and the Roos are going to come back straight inside where it came from. Good kick in. That's terrific to the former skipper in Harper. And this man has been incredibly lively early. He's already had 2 shots on goal. This will be his third in the space of 25 minutes. Hasn't been able to register a goal yet. I'm sorry, he did kick one there, Bo. So this would be his second of the day. Actually, I'm absolutely mad that Bryce Allows kicked the first and Jared Harper had a miss. So this would definitely be Jared Harper's first. Apologies, had the wrong name down on my score sheet. So Allows and Dolliver have kicked the first 2.
Big kick.
Can Jared Harper kick the third and give the Roos a handy quarter-time lead? He can. That's the exact start they wanted. So the Roos will take a 1-point lead into the first break. The former skipper puts through his first. So 3-3-21. plays 3-2-20. Goal kickers for you at quarter time. Jared Harper with 1, Jack Dolliver with 1, and Bryce Allons with 1. While for the Bombers, Harvey Griffiths kicked the first, Declan Chugg with the followed, and then Brad Cox-Goodyear, the multiple-time Lynch medalist, kicked another. So tight start here at Bellerive. We'll take our first break and we'll be back with you for the second quarter in just a little bit.
Got there in the end.
Oh, man, that was, I got shown how to do it an hour ago, and it wasn't the same.
Do I sound loud enough?
Yeah.
Been my wife and her.
Yeah, no, exactly. Rain up there, though.
He's saying here.
Yeah, definitely.
While you're late to the gym, got us up and running, just as long. No, it's a bit late. It doesn't really matter if it's not a goal.
I think everyone's watching it. Static. Hello and welcome back to Belrose Oval for this round 19 TSL clash between the ladder leaders North Lonnie and second place side Clarence. Ryan Rosendale, Bo down and with you. Quarter time here, and it's home side with the smallest of margins at the first break. 3-3-21 plays 3-2-20 after a Jared Harper goal after the siren. So Bo Downham, we knew coming in this would be as tight a contest as we've probably seen all year, and it's lived up to that mantra so far.
Yeah, it certainly has, Ryan. This is going to be a really big game in the context of Clarence's season, and they've definitely stood up to the task so far. That 1 point in front, North Launceston still just lurking around, but this is going to be a really big game, I reckon. And
it is.
The fact that it's so tight early when it hasn't been in previous matches that they've played this year is really positive, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how this game's going to pan out.
You mentioned how big it is. I think they mathematically can still be unseeded from second spot if they lose today by Kingra or Lauderdale. But if they win, there's no way neither of those two sides can catch them. So huge if they win today, they get that double chance in September.
So back into the middle now, Holmes and Lee to take the bounce. Cox Goodyear on Norton. Lots of matchups to look out for. Lee just spiking it forward. Nearly tapping it on there. Wasn't great as Leary sends them forward. Really strong mark taken there from Howard. Colts a play on. We'll see a few more rundown tackles in the wet, I reckon, as Holmes trying to dive on it. Scrapping out. This one's going to be taken into tackle by hands, though. It hasn't had a whole lot of the football to start proceedings off in this match. Just on the eve of the 50 here, this throw up. Holmes and Lee. Holmes spikes it. Holding free kick, though, is going away of Alones. He was against Jack Events, who's a pretty strong player in this competition. Harper just dumps a long one high. Harper just through the hands of him. Now, Dolliver sliding through. Nice tackle laid there from Bailey Mitchell. Throwing just in front of us here in the commentary position, Ryan.
So they'll reset now. Clarence's first chance to go inside 50 in the second quarter. First time today too they've had their top midfield in, obviously apart from Rich Rainbow, but first time Baxter Norton's played this side this year, so Hanslow, Preshaw and Norton inside. It's their best chance all year they've had to upset the ladder leaders as Green. The slides can't take it, almost applied a smother. This one will come out. Good punch away, got to Holmes, gave it back. That was Preshaw, kicks inside now, high up and under. There was a flyer over the back. That was probably going to be paid by the umpires. Might have been reversed here. That was just silly, Bo. So I'm not too sure. Just trying to get eyes on.
I'm not quite sure, right?
If there was a free kick one way and then it was reversed the other way. I'll try to catch it on the replay, but whatever way you look at it, James Holmes is going to be the recipient of the footy. So
the blocker was against Harry Bales, right?
Yeah, it was Bales. I'm not too sure if there was a free kick North Lonnie's way and then it was reversed given the push from the North Launceston defender. Either way, the co-skipper out there today in the absence of Luke Swinton. James Holmes, can he kick the Roos second in a row? It was tight, but it didn't go through. So 3-4 now, plays 3-2. 2.5 minutes gone in the second quarter. Work it back out now, the Bombers. I'll do well to keep this in. Plenty of pressure applied there, well from Clarence. So you can tell they've come out with a real intent today, Bo, to make a statement. As we said, not too sure. I have to go back in history books. Not too sure the last time a team went undefeated through a TSL season. I know Launceston got close during their three-peat success one year, but from memory dropped a game to Lauderdale late in the year down to the tip. So that might be a job at half-time to try and find out when the last time the TSL side went undefeated throughout the year. Obviously a little bit of work to do still for North Lonnie this year, but
have to get Dave Ingram onto that, I reckon.
Might, yeah, we'll reach out to Dave, see if we can muster up that record. Footy back inside now.
Really squarely, Ron.
It is, yeah. That wind's really picked up now. Preshaw couldn't take clean possession. North Lonnie with numbers. Curd, his kicks are high up and under footy in the air. Goes forward. Mark not taken. Griffiths taps forward. He's got a couple to beat. Does well. Keeps it in, does the big man. Kicks inside. One-on-one now. Who's got the sit? Leary over the back. Wiley's got a bit of work to do now. against Leary Thomas. That's a clean pickup. Terrific pickup, but an even better tackle there from James Beerley. And he's been rewarded. Sorry, that's Oscar Propotny. So the man in his 100th game. He kicks wide, Propotny, and they're going to go forward now.
So, looks like it's Wiley here on this outer wing. Hard to pick up here at Blundstone Arena. Just a stabbing kick forward finds Howard. Not too much to go to. He's got a Loams on in the middle, but he has a man next to him. And he's going to chip the football around and look for a few holes in this North Launceston defence. Leary's going to crumb this one. Tumbling ball forward. High up and under. Wiley couldn't quite mark that. Flicked the hand pass off for Protney now. Harper as well. Cox Goodyear tried to beat 3. Hit the stiff arm. Probably very stiff not to be called holding the ball. And this one, he's thrown up not too far from where they left off. Holmes and Lee. A few matchups around the ground. Looks like it might be Beerley on Harvey Griffiths as the Roos look to go again. Just off the hands of that North Launceston defender. Tumbling ball forward. Alomes just slipped as he went to go for it. Really scrappy ball at the moment. Summers kicks it on the eve of 50. Cox Goodyear's lurking around as well. Tackle laid. This one's going to be a ball up.
That wind and rain's really picked up again, but you can see from where we sit, it's swirling towards Clarence's end of the ground. So really picked up here in the second quarter.
Yeah, disgusting weather here on in southern Tasmania.
Free kick, I think, the way of Clarence for a hold. So the Roos will look to go forward here through Hanslow. He kicks up, not a great kick, tried to find Green and had 2 to beat in the end. Even the former AFL goalsmith couldn't do that. So footy goes out of bounds again.
Yeah, this is terrible. Ryan would not like to be out there at the moment wearing it. Singlets and shorts. There's a few long sleeves out there as well, but
wouldn't be shocked if you see post half time by a few more long sleeves coming out, but easy to say from where we stand up here in commentary spot at Bellerive Oval, right under the new stand here on the far wing.
Looks like they're going to swap the matchup around between Cox Goodyear, Protney, Norton as well.
Plenty of options inside there for the Roos to try to curtail the North Launceston veteran. They go forward now, the Bombers. What can they do? Thomas couldn't take it. Good tackle applied inside the defensive 50. Equally as good there from the man in the 14, Jack Ahern. So he was able to lock it in. And they'll get a stoppage inside forward 50. So they trail by 2 points here. Only 7 minutes gone in the second quarter. Holmes just pushes his opponent off it in Caelan Matthews and kicked outside 50, but it's going to come straight back in. Good bump applied from Norton. Really good physical pressure today from the Roos. They had to bring it early. They've done exactly that. And that's why they hold a 2-point lead early in this game. As I said, 2 other games for you on the live stream today. Kingborough, Glenorchy and North Hobart Lauderdale. Those games have both just kicked off. They started at 2. We had the early start here at Bellerive at 1:30. That was potentially a dangerous tackle. Umpire was going to call it. He went to put his whistle to his mouth and elected against it. It was on Keegan Ryan. So that was an interesting one. That was definitely that one where you don't want to see the second motion. Probably lucky Ryan's head didn't hit the deck on that occasion. Maybe that was what the umpire was waiting to see, but should probably be paid regardless of if the head hits the deck or not, given that the danger is always there when you do apply a tackle like that.
It is an early start here, Ryan. Our cameraman Jim, he was all happy that he was here set up early and then scrambling to get to that first siren.
One rule, Bo, never throw your cameraman under the bus.
He's the best in the business though, Jim. A real legend. Great camera work as Cox Goodyear just gets tackled, got rid of it as well, but just inside forward 50.
I'll just switch your mic off for that, I reckon Jim will.
He's a really good camera operator, Jim. I believe first year doing it. He's been great. This one just picked up though, snapped on the left by Jack Vance. Mark taken though from Tom Cleary, Glenorchy Premiership player back in 2016. And the Pies won the flag. Here's Paprotny. Just a really lethargic build-up here from Clarence in the last two plays. As this one goes on down the line. Nice mark taken there from Bailey Mitchell. And now they're going to look to go North Launceston. Oh, big hit there. It's Van Dam down. Straight up, though. Really big hit.
He was probably lucky there, James Holmes, he didn't connect front on. He got him to the side, so lucky.
Big hit. As they go inside forward 50, just off the hands of Jack Ahern. Cox Goodyear's lurking. Griffiths nearly with a one-handed pick-up. Soccering ball forward. Tied along the boundary. There's going to be a throw-in deep inside forward 50 here for North Launceston. 3-4-22, 3-2-20, round 19, Cripps TSL action here, live from Blundstone Arena. We see a throw-in deep inside forward 50, just on the teeth of goal. Mitchell, Matthews I should say, and Holmes will do the battle. Nice looking throw in tough conditions. Holmes with first use. Being slung around there though. Griffiths just got upended by his own teammate. Here is Beerley. Flicked a hand pass back to Hanslow. This one ending up outside the boundary line for a throw-in, Ryan.
Beerley escaped suspension too, but I should mention that he was handed a 2-week bandana one last week. Clarence successfully challenged that and got him out there today, which was super important given he probably will get spend a lot of time on Brandon Leary, so good to see Beals out there today. He's such an important player for this lineup, so you always want the best players playing in the big games. And that's exactly what's happened on this occasion. They go forward now, good pressure applied, mark not taken. Whistle blown though by the umpire. So it's going to be a free kick. So they finally get the rub of the green inside. So Cleary gives one away on that occasion. And they'll get a free kick there to the big man in Kalen Matthews. So just a slight hold, the umpire said, from Cleary. And Matthews will have the chance to give the Bombers a lead again. They trail by 2. Haven't hit the scoreboard in a meaningful way yet this quarter. So can Matthews put through his first for the day? He makes the umpire work for it, but he sneaks it in. So Matthews has 1. The Bombers have 4. And they retake the lead. 4-2-26 plays 3-4-22. 11 minutes gone of Bellerive Oval.
Yeah, brilliantly done there from North Launceston. Just to win the ball back. Clarence looked to go, but when they on this wing on the Toyota patch of grass, they just had no one to go to. A few had numbering there for North Launceston. That's what they've been doing all year, Ryan. They get the ball back, and then they're the best scoring efficiency in the team. 53% it is. They're probably the best at it in the competition. Last time these two teams played though, Ryan, I think they scored 33 points from stoppage, which is a different game for them. As Holmes tried to spike it out. Interesting to see if Clarence can try combat that. Hand pass there was from Man Shannon. Back in the team. Kick inside forward 50. Griffiths was there. Just got spoilt though. Out the back here is Matthews. Just got upended. Ahern flicked a hand pass out. And now this one will be over the line by way of Declan Shug. Deep inside forward 50 here for the Bombers. 12.5 minutes gone. Blundstone Arena not looking too good. Centre square.
Rain has stopped though, which is good.
Yeah, it certainly has. The wind's still picking up though. Matthews over the head of him. Here is Griffiths. Just got tackled. Hand pass missed. And now this one will be called for a ball up. So again, inside forward 50. Matthews with the lead. Saw Jasper Hay do that last week with Jack Tompkinson and did really well with the hit outside of the game. This one will be kicked though. It'll be a throwing run.
Out today though, Jasper Hay, I think he might have come off late with an injury or pulled up sore during the week. So no Jasper Hay.
He's a younger player, I think. So when they brought Josh Green in, I think he was the likely replacement for him, Ryan.
Could have even just been dropped, unfortunately, for Jasper Hay. He did play well last week. And speaking to Coach Peter Ryan post-game, he was full of raps for that young man as Holmes just pushed Mitchell off the footy. Free kick paid, though, by the umpire.
I completely forgot, Ryan. He's actually in the Devils. So that would probably explain why he's not here this afternoon. He got bigger fish to fry, I would have thought.
There you go. So clearly a player, as Bo said, with bigger fish to fry and a good talent, Jasper Hayes. So a big loss for Clarence today. Footy comes out, mark not taken. Wiley was over the back. Sulzberger just kicked a grubby one inside, and it's going to end up in the hands of the umpire again. So 14 minutes now gone. North Lonnie with a 4-point lead after that goal to Mitchell. Goes forward by Holmes. He just whacks it back towards Clarence's forward half of the ground. Good tackle applied there. Umpire said play on though. Holmes on Bales. Might have been in the back. No, holding the ball, says the umpire. So the first one was paid. Second one wasn't. Obviously because the first one was there. So James Holmes, as we said, he's been really good so far today. He's given plenty in that first quarter. So the co-captain kicks off, and Howard was coming off on the ground, I should say, and Griffiths just cut it off exceptionally well. So the Hudson medal leader, he's going to switch on. That's a risky kick. Does well though. That's a smart tap over the back there from the man in the 6, Lockie Mitchell. But the Clarence through Preshaw. He's got plenty to beat. Wheels out of traffic world as Preshaw. Fletcher Bennett can't take it. Gets it now though from a teammate. He goes even wider back to Mitchell. His kick smothered from Green. It looks like Mitchell's got that job on Josh Green today, so that'll be an interesting battle to watch. Umpire says free kick North Launceston. And they've got options on inside. Alex Lee's the man with the footy now. So the veteran just kicks it, hacks it forward. Not his best. Does well though. Clarence defender. They've got the numbers here, the Roos. Have to do incredibly well here just to get this out and get a stoppage, and did well there just to disguise that through the legs. So we'll reset now.
9-2 at KG5. Glenorchy in the lead for that game. 6-7 Lauderdale in front by 1 point out at North Hobart. Andrew Cooling bringing that one to the best in the business. Andrew Cooling.
So it's Connor Young there. That one over for a boundary throw in. So reset now. Holmes and Lee. Lee just stumps it forward straight into the bread basket of Baxter Norton. His kick doesn't go too far. Umpire says throw in again. So
he's dominated today, Alex Lee, hasn't he? He's been the better ruckman by far.
Noah Holmes,
this stage,
I think would have been given clear instruction from the coaching staff of the Roos that he was set for such a big game today. He was going to play a key role, so he's got more time, and he does well there, Holmes, to work back into this game. Norton. Umpire says ball, and probably was there too. He had a few options there to give it. So the man with the footy is in the 21. Sulzberger, the vice captain. So he goes inside to Kerr. Kerr kicks forward now, just a short one. So they'll just stop and wait and find an option inside. They go long. It's a high footy. Plenty of numbers there. Fly over the back from Mitchell. Couldn't take the mark. It's going to come straight back out to the captain in Fletcher Bennett. So missed a few weeks now. I think 2 weeks might have missed Fletcher Bennett, if not one. He definitely didn't play last week against the Magpies. He kicks forward. Mark not taken there. Wills goes around traffic. Good kick there to Sulzberger. Finds the vice skipper. That's why they're top of the table. Okay. No worries about that. Didn't stress, didn't feel any pressure. Just worked around a couple of Clarence players well and found the open man inside 50, and it was Sulzberger. So, to extend this lead even further for North Lonnie, to turn a 4-point lead into a 10-point lead. Blade Sulzberger kicks from about 40 out. That looks pretty good from where we stand low down him. And that goes straight through the big stick. So Sulzberger has his first of the day. North Lonnie's fifth. And they take an early 10-point lead here in the second quarter.
Yeah, Ryan, this isn't anything that Clarence would be prepared for. They win the Wallbacks so well, North Launceston, and when they go inside forward 50, they just capitalise on the scoreboard. That the best scoring team in the competition by a mile, Ryan, and exactly why today they're showing it. Yeah, the best scoring efficiency team in the comp with 53% when they go inside the 50.
Yep.
And it helps when you got people like Brad Cox Goodyear is the number one inside forward 50 kicker to send it down there. Back into the middle now. Lee with a tap down. Here is Norton. Swiftly gets the hand pass out to Jarvis Breen. Got a goal last week. Out towards Holmes. Tied along the boundary to kick them inside forward 50. Bennett does well with a fist. Green soccering kick forward. No one really there to help him though. And Van Dam was really happy to see that one over the line. It was just trying to find out. It might have been Salzburger to see that one over the line. We'll see a throw in deep inside forward 50 now for the Roos. What can they produce? Tap down was won by.
No reset.
Nobody. Is that one just got held up in the wind?
Definitely took that one.
Cold, windy conditions here at the Blundstone Arena. Round 9 in action of the TSL. Lee spiked it back. Here is Bennett twisting out of trouble there.
Hell without it
as
there.
well. And
yeah, free kick.
Here is Harper. Hasn't kicked a goal today just yet. It was quiet last week, Jared Harper.
No, he kicked the first bow, kicked that one after quarter time.
Got confused. So here is Jared Harper. This would be a really big goal to drag it back to 4 points. He's already kicked one, as Ryan mentioned. Number 8. Relatively easy kick, but with this win, who knows? 20 minutes gone. Big kick, and he just got dragged by the wind to the left. Definitely a right to left wind down in that pocket of space. Blundstone Arena.
Goal 2 now for Jared Harper.
So they're going to kick it back out here by way of Harry Bales. He'll go long down the line to a genuine 1-on-1. Lee met out first. Wiley was there providing some pressure. Bealey just missed it. Here is Van Dam. Tied along the boundary line. High kick there from Declan Sharp. Nicely done there from Holmes though. A lot of courage. Harper to send them forward again. Pre-Shaw now. Trying to win it. He did, but he got set upon. Thomas just missed. Scooping it up there was Bonash. High up and under kick forward. Numbers favour North Launceston though, and Fletcher Bennett will take this mark just inside the forward 50 for the Roos. They got a free man out as Ryan just pointed. Brilliantly spotted. It was Jack Event. Griffiths is leading exactly where he goes. Nicely done though from Wiley.
That's a free kick.
Got a push as well.
Can't do that.
Umpire Adam Hayes saw that clear as day. Here is Wiley. Holmes playing a lot more back today. Ryan kicked a goal, I believe, early in the piece. And has been set down back. Spoil didn't come there from Preacher. Had a really nice game last week. That long bomb from the centre square, and Green will see this one out for a boundary throw-in. They've got a few spare men out here. Clarence in the defensive end of the ground. Throwing just in front of us.
So they'll reset now. 22 minutes gone here. So as we approach half-time here, it's a 9-point lead to the visitors. Holmes and Lee. Lee wins that down. It only goes so far as opposing ruckman in Holmes. Cox Goodyear off the deck, kicks forward. Big hit there from Griffiths. Did well not to push him in the back. Really smart tackle there from Harvey Griffiths.
Loving this intensity from North Launceston, Ryan. They've brought it from the outset. When they run out, they were loud. You could feel their presence here early in the piece, especially when they run out.
Double tap wins it down. Calls for dived on it, says the umpire, and he's rewarded. So free kick now. We'll go to Liam Howard. Did well to hold Tyler Carter. Pretty quiet last week in the win down to the Twins. Coach Peter Ryan was full of raps for this man post-game. So Howard, high footy. Ryan's got to sit. Did well to sit under it. Tap forward now. Holmes is going to first to the man with the ball. Goes forward. Mark not taken. Green. Might have just been taken high there. Umpire said no. And just lets him know about it in the corresponding tackle.
Blake Phillips in the 69, Ryan. Sorry, Philpott.
So Norton goes forward. Bombers with the numbers. Good tackle, though. Umpire doesn't reward it. Josh Green, fall of the ball. What can they do here, the Bombers? They get this out well. Thomas is going to be first man of the footy, but he can't beat the boundary line, and that one goes over. So 5-2, 32 plays, 3-5, 23. 24 minutes almost gone here. Bring you some score updates from right across Tassie at half-time. So we said ODFA Grand Final on up at Oatlands today. Tribunna and Bothwell facing off. I think Bothwell held a slight lead at quarter time. Tubes Taylor with you on the call for that one. We'll give you a score update there once half-time hits here at Bellerive. Holmes kicks inside. Bennett just works his opponent off well with a bump. Green's got the footy now, though. What can he do? 2 to beat here. They do well. That one goes through for another behind. So 3-6 the Roos, 5-2 the Bombers. 24 and a half gone exactly.
So kick out now from North Launceston. Just looking to take a little bit of time. Spiralling ball there. Thomas couldn't quite mark it. Kicked off the deck there from Aven.
In danger.
Kicking in danger though. They haven't been great going inside forward 50 at the Roos. Here is Paprotny leading up there. Was Ryan trying to spin out of the 2-3-man jam. Oscar Van Dam playing a nice tackle there, as well as Bo Nash. And another throw up just on the eve of the 50 here. 25 minutes gone. Holmes with a tap down. Running out there was Bales. Alome's high up and under kick. Who have they got? Harper's there. Fist came from Matthews. Here is Glover. Couldn't quite get the hand pass away. Ryan now. Nearly. This one will land outside the field of play. And it'll be Cox Goodyear to bring this one back in.
Have to get his own footy. Bow, I think. No, umpire gives it to him.
We'll throw it. Great thing about local footy, having to fetch your own ball. So here is Cox Goodyear. We'll just dump a long one down the line. The wind really took hold of that, but a nice mark taken there from Bailey Mitchell. Griffiths is long. Van Dam leading up the football. Not too many tall options except for Lee, who was relatively close to the play. Now Van Dam. 8-point lead, looking to hold on to it with 26 minutes gone in this quarter. Van Dam to dump a long one in the Griffiths direction. And we're holding free kick though, going to Howard. Or no, we're going to Declan Chugg. So, it wouldn't be the worst thing we've seen. It was a really big bomb there from Preshaw last week, Ryan.
I'm not too sure he's got it from here on the wet, but he's going to go for it.
Chugg. This would be a monster kick. He's going to load up with a barrel. And nowhere near it, and the wind took it. I think he knew he was nowhere near the distance, but still had a crack anyway. It was
I would have put
nice
my house
to see.
on that.
Yeah, it's a good call, Ryan. He was a little bit too ambitious with that.
All right, so half-time here at Bellerive, and it's the visitors with a lead. 5-2, 32 plays, 3-6, 24. Goal kickers for you at half-time. Brad Cox Goodyear with 1. All singles really across the board. Declan Chugg with 1. Blake Sulzberger 1. Harvey Griffiths and Caelan Matthews with 1. And for the Roos, it's Jared Harper with 1. Jack Dolliver with 1. And Bryce Allomes kicked the first of the day. So 3-6, 24, 5-2, 32. And I get Bo Downer to potentially give us a score update from around the grounds. Just mention that, as we said, Oscar Paprotny, game 100 today, so congratulations to that man, and obviously, of course, over at North Hobart Oval, big return for their skipper and Jack McCulloch off what's been a horror run of injury for that man, so we wish Jack all the best today in his return to senior footy, Bo.
Yeah, over at North Hobart, we got 2 goals, North Hobart taking the lead into the second quarter. Lauderdale 1-1, don't have the goal kickers just yet. Also, Glenorchy 1-4-10, Kingborough 0-3-3, yet to score a goal.
Beauty. So, could be some upsets on the card right across the board here in round 19 of TSL action. So, half-time break here at Bellerive. We'll take a short break with you. It's North Lonnie leading 5-2, 32, 3-6, 24. We'll be back with you in just a little bit. Hello and welcome back to Belrive Oval for this round 19 TSL clash. And it is the laddie leading undefeated North Launceston currently in front in this game, 5-2-32. Plays the home side Clarence 3-6-24. We mentioned during the first quarter we're trying to work out, search the history books and figure out if any team in TSL history had gone through undefeated. As I mentioned, Launceston got close a few years ago, Bo, but as we've got an update from AFL historian Dave Ingram, they actually went close on 2 occasions.
Yeah, brilliant work by Dave Ingram, who's watching as a North Lonnie supporter, I believe. So great to have you here in the broadcast, Dave. It was an undefeated home and away season by Launceston, who did go 18-0 in the 2011 home and away season, dropping the second semi to Burnie, but
went on to win the flag that year, though.
Yeah, there has been an undefeated TSL Premier. Clarence 2010 and Launceston in 2011 and 22 all came the closest, only losing 1 game in that season, Ryan. So big shout out to Dave providing the goods on that one. Great to have him tuning in on the Crips TSL broadcast this afternoon.
Mentioned it's a big game for Clarence to try and lock up second spot, potentially a bigger game for North Lonnie to maybe make some history this year if they can win this week and win next week. Believe they may have a bye the final round, so they might be able to go through, make some history in the final year of this competition. So we've reset now. Play on the far wing. Green gets a handball away to a teammate, does well. So what can they do here, the Roos? They're probably going to need the first one just to steady the ship here, you'd think. The Bombers kicked the last 2 of that second quarter and really were able to get a little bit of ascendancy back their way. 5-2-32 to 3-6-24 as a score at the stage of the game. So if they can keep it tight, Clarence should give them every shot heading into the final quarter. Lee just stumps it high up and under. Good tackle applied by Cox Goodyear. So they'll reset again. Might have even been Van Dam in and under there. It was. So Oscar Van Dam, he's been good today for the visitors. Tries to get this footy now. He can't. Clarence with first use. Green's in there. Back today off an ankle injury. He's missed the last 2. So the Roos inside. Keegan Ryan goes forward. Can he put that through? He can't. So goes through for a behind. First score of the third quarter goes the way of the Roos. 3-7. Plays 5-2. Bo Downham.
Crips TSL round 19 action here, live from Blundstone Arena. Bo Downham, Ryan Rosendale on the call with you. Jim Woolley on the camera. This one's shaping up to be an absolute cracker. As a nice mark taken from the side. It is Ryan again.
He's done that a few times today, Bo. He's had terrific hands.
Yeah, the hands have been good today by most players, as Holmes makes no mistake of that.
Lee just got caught napping then.
Not beyond his range, the big fella. It will take his best, but definitely not out of the question for Noah Holmes. There was a 2. In fact, it was a 1. I've completely stuffed that up there, Ryan. It was a 3 behind to 2-goal quarter. Launceston kicking the only 2 goals of that quarter. Holmes to get their first since quarter time. Really big kick in the context of this game. Noah Holmes, no bigger player to do it. Runs around on the arc. Just across the face of goal. And not even registering a score. So even a score would have helped. 3-7-25 now to 5-2-32. So accurate going forward, North Launceston at the goal face. This one is kicked in. A Cox Goodyear does well, the champion, just to make a sure thing of the mark against Baxter Norton. They've gone head-to-head all day, swapping with Proprotny as well. Now Cox Goodyear. High down the line. Wiley with a diving attempt. Now the North Launceston Bombers can go. Here they go. Declan Chug descended forward. Genuine 1-on-1. It's going to be an outfield free kick, I think.
Free kick against Harry Fisher. Not sure it was there. It was just as he kicked it. If that was me, I would have let that go. But obviously, I'm not down there in the green, Bow. But probably a bit stiff there, Harry Fisher.
So Matthews has already got 1 this afternoon. He's to make it 2. And 6 for the visiting team, making the trip down the highway this afternoon. Caelan Matthews, big kick in the context of this game. I think we'll be saying that all afternoon, Ryan, because every kick...
Yeah, he's already kicked 1.
...is a real big one in this tightrope contest. 7 points the margin. Here is Matthews crossing the arc of 50. Nearly the Sultan of swing there. Just across the face. Swung it too much. The out swinger. And now to bring it in is Keegan Wiley. We'll just dump a long one down the ground. Here is Matthews again. Green from the Sid, and it was Holmes, but the beneficiary of that. And it's going to be Matthews with a free kick again. Might have been for an insufficient attempt, I should say, for the mark. Here is Bales to unload. Forward 50 now. Griffiths from the side. Nearly taking the mark was Holmes. That kick out there from Beerley. 2 on 1. Crumbing it nicely there was a Vance. Mark taken though. Nicely does it from Fisher in the back line for the Roos.
So Fisher is going to be called to play on now. He is. So he comes up commentary side wing. Plenty of numbers. Over the back's Ryan. Can't fly. It was Dolliver in the end. And Ryan gets picked up off the deck.
He's been big today, hasn't he, Ryan?
He has, yeah. He's had some really good form the last month of footy vote. Speaking to those at Clarence, they've really rated what he's done the last month. And as I said, now they've got that first choice midfield back with Ryan, Norton, hands low. James Holmes runs through there, Preshaw back off his shoulder. They've really been able to set themselves for this last few games of the year. Cox Goodyer kicks inside, forward 50 as a champion. Only goes as far as Wiley, and he just hacks it forward. And they're out here on the far wing through Glover. He's got time and space, won't take a bounce, not in the wet. Goes forward to a 2-on-1. Not sure that was the option, but he goes there anyway. So, got a bit of work to do now, the Roos. Gets a handball up. They've got numbers inside. Green does well, tries to get out of a tackle. He can't. Holmes has got set of the ball. Pushing the back. Umpire says no on Mitchell. So they do well here, the Bombers, to get it out. Cox Goodyer. He's got a couple to beat now. He's got a teammate in for support. That's Kerr. Good tackle by that man. Gives it to his partner in Cox Goodyer.
Really scrappy football.
They go forward. Mitchell, Thomas, everyone involved now. Intensity's really risen here at Belrive. Thomas just drives his opponent into the dirt. Umpire says mine.
Real intense game of football here this afternoon at Blundstone.
They'll reset now. Comes up Lee. Holmes just dumps it into the air. Might have been a hole from Ryan. Umpire says no. Protney in game 100. Kicks forward now. What can the Roos do here? They need a goal. Might have been a free kick on Skipper Bennett. Umpire said no. So they'll reset again.
Ball up just on the eve of the 50. 3:7:25, plays 5:3:33, 6 minutes gone. Tap down was one from Lee. Two of the biggest ruckmen in the competition, stats-wise and stature-wise. Does well Holmes, Baxter Norton on the way through. Kick inside, forward 50 now. Scrap there. And now Manshandon.
Green went down there,
Ives.
I'm not too sure. Umpire missed one there on Bailey Mitchell. Green and Mitchell were trying to contest, and looking on the camera in front of me, closer vision looked like it potentially was a free kick, but we digress.
Theo Ives just got it out of there. Ryan and Lee. Lee just slapped it in front of Fletcher Bennett. Pressure ball at the moment though. Scooping hand pass there was from Connor Young. This one's going to be...
He'd be loving this forward pressure, Coach Peter Ryan from the Roos. Be able to lock this footy in, and eventually the footy gods might answer your prayers and you might be able to put a goal through. But the main objective is just to keep it inside 50, repeat stoppages.
Brilliant Coach Peter Ryan. 2 back-to-back prelims. Nicely done there from Nash. Just got the hand pass away in the nick of time. Out of the outer wing. This ball just takes it over the line for out on the full free kick. The rain has just started to die down here in southern Tasmania. Dinky little kick forward though. Nash picks it up on the half volley. High up and under kick. Now, numbers favour North Launceston. Thomas is out the back, but now it's going to be a foot race. Kick on there for goal is not any good from Declan Chugg.
Harry Fisher, incredibly lucky there, Bo. I think he was too focused on the man, not the ball. He probably could have tried to set himself and take a mark, but he was too focused on Thomas in the end.
So Loams at the right half back line for the Roos. Chips a kick back, 50 metres though. It is against St. Thomas, son of Tarrant. Son, I should say, brother Ryan.
Mare there, mate.
Yeah, real mare there.
Not too sure
Absolute
he's the son. Younger brother of Tarrant.
Absolute mare there, Ryan. As Harper goes down the wing. Nice intercept mark taken, though, from Summers. Be surprised if Tarrant's tuning in. Apologies. So now, they're going to go again by Nash. Just out wide in front of Young. Pushed off it there from Norton. Wins the football back. Kicks a little dicky one over in front of Preshaw. 3 last week. Tied along the boundary. Sizes it up. Dribble. Kick forward. Nearly snuck through the goals there, but back out to a pretty short lead here for the Bombers.
So Bombers come back out now. Far wing, Cox Goodyear. Even he can't take the mark in the wet. Does well there, Alex Lee. Comes back to Howard.
Hanslow's down.
Hanslow's down. Might have been his hand in that contest with Alex Lee. We'll keep our eye on that. He's coming straight off the park, so keep our eye on that. Goes forward now. Harper tackled well by Fletcher Bennett. So Tyson Hanslow off right in front of us, holding, I think, the left hand boat. So keep our eye on
a bit hard to tell from
that
here.
one. So footy back in now. Lee wins it down against Keegan Ryan. So makeshift in the ruck inside 50. Harper, he can't take it. Comes out to Norton. He gives a handball off to a teammate. What can they do here? Comes out to Preshaw. Tries to find Proprotny. And he goes as far as the man in the 25 in Bo Nash. He gets it out now. Wiley. Big contest there. Didn't win it. They do well though, the Roos. Comes wide now. High footy inside. Numbers with North Launceston. This does well there to disguise that over the boundary line. Does the man in the 8, Oscar Van Dam. So 5-4, 34 to 3-8, 26. 11 minutes gone now. So Clarence have not kicked a goal since after the quarter-time siren from former skipper Jared Harper. So they need one just to stay in touch in this game. Lee wins that one down in front. Good tackle applied there. That's a terrific forward pressure.
Ron, with the Loams going to the half back line, it leaves them really with no option in the ruck. You can see Harper doing the
Keegan Ryan took one before too, so you're right, Bo.
lifting, but it's a real disadvantage when they're inside forward 50. They need to make the most of these inside forward 50s because North Launceston will get them the other way.
You can see it here. They want Noah Holmes out on this wing to play a bit of a sweeper role, extra behind the footy. So it's exactly why Bo mentioned they've gone limited inside 50 with their ruck options, but it looks like Holmes is going to come up to this one now as it throw-ins outside 50. So
really forced to do that.
He's forced to it. So Holmes and Lee will contest again. 12 minutes gone.
Another spare.
Got a spare at the back here, the Roos just on our wing. Big tackle applied. Umpire says no ball. Lets him know about it too. There's Bo Nash. He's been serviceable today.
So that one coming up to the contest leaves a spare man back in the defensive 50 for...
Big tackle from Harvey Griffiths. Baxter Norton lets him know about it in the end. Leary gets a handball over. Thomas kept that one in play well. Big contest here. And Proprotny does well to just take that footy over the line.
Really liking the game of Griffiths at the moment, Ryan. His work rate, I should say, just in that wing for Clarence in the forward 50 position, and now he's worked all the way back in to their forward line.
He's done well. Footy back in now. Holmes just hacks it, tries to hack forward, but Lee got enough of a hand to it too to keep it in the middle. Sulzberger gives off tries to find Nash. Preshaw comes through hard. Oh, it's a good tackle, but just broken through there was Jack Ahern. Umpire says one too many times though, and holding the ball. So free kick to Norton.
So back to Norton now. Just steadies and kicks to Ryan. Had Breen on with the hand pass if you wanted it. Cox Goodyear knew about it. And just stopped that as soon as he saw it. Ryan really scrubby kicked. Slapped on there for Borsboom. He's been quiet. Paprotny now sliding in. Holmes just got back-ended. And now it's going to end up in the hands of Dolliver. They're going to go inside forward 50. Again, lead out was from Harper or Holmes. Just burned him. Harper's out the back. Socket it. He's made a meal of it. Absolute meal of it, Ryan.
Not too sure how a man of that talent missed that. That's 1 goal, 3 today for Jared Harper now.
And now North Launceston look to go on the rebound. Kick inside, finds Nash. He just dropped it. Nice bit of pressure laid though. Wiley with a hand pass out. Here is Wiley again. Socket off the deck there from Jack Pre-Short. Heavy bump played there from Keeley.
It's kicking
Clear
in danger
and Matthews.
if I've ever seen it. Umpire this one
insufficient, intense.
Going to play deliberate anyway.
We see it a lot more in the wet, as we said, and the umpire just getting told about it. Brad Percy, ball in hand. Now is Bealey. It's up a lead target, and Paprotny wants to go back into the corridor. Not where he'll go though. Long kick down the line. Was just spoilt though. Flicked a hand pass up to Bennett. He shrugged the tackle. And just a hack kick out from North Launceston. Ends up in the hands of Sulzberger. Nash. He just left it behind. Paprotny as well. Sulzberger might have been pushed. Umpire missed it. Inside the forward 50 now for North Launceston. And the crowd are really getting into the umpires, which you never like to see, but it's great to have a vocal crowd here at the TSL. We haven't really had it this year, have we, Ryan? It's been
as you said, Bo, in the first quarter, a nice little contingent of North Lonnie fans have made the trip down the highway. So they've come here loud and proud for their team. Footy inside now, over the back. What can they do? Good tackle applied there by the Clarence defender in Cleary. And that one's going to go out of bounds. So almost saved a certain goal there to Tommy Cleary. So we approach 16 minutes here in the third quarter. Clarence still yet to kick a goal. Jared Harper should have put that one through a few minutes ago. Absolutely made a meal of that one. I think Coach Peter Ryan will be just pulling his hair out in the box when he sees something like that. Holmes just grabs it out of the ruck, kicks forward. Almost finds his opposing ruckman in Lee, but he gets spoiled well. The Roos come off half back now, but only as far as the skipper in Bennett. So he goes inside, not his best off the boot, cut off by Paprotny. And they're just streaming forward now. They've got numbers high. Good mark taken there from Ollie Pre-Short. And he does the smart thing. He's going to go back and have a set shot just to try to take some of the flow out of this game from North Launceston and give it back to his side. This would be a really important and crucial goal in the make-up of Clarence's game today. As I said, haven't kicked one since post the quarter-time siren. So can Ollie Pre-Short kick the fourth today for the Roos? Looks good off the boot, but doesn't quite do what he wanted it to do. So 3:10:28, 5:4:34. So some wayward kicking. Could it come back to haunt the Roos today?
Ron, they haven't kicked more than 6 goals against North Launceston this year, so really telling stat.
It is. So North Lonnie's defence, one of the best in the comp. They've been able to curtail this Clarence forward line on every occasion. And from memory last year, Bo, in that prelim final up at Utah's, it was a pretty low-scoring game then too. So haven't been able to kick a winning score against this side in quite some time. Have the Roos. They've still got to court in a little bit to change that fact, but they go forward now through Kerr. He kicks inside 50. It's a grubby kick, but it does well. They get inside. It's a man in the 13, Ben Shandon. He gives off, and I think that's going to go through. It's not hit the post. He liked it off the boot. He was celebrating before it even went through. Ben Shandon just puts it through for her behind.
Kick out here from Clarence to the outer wing. Really dangerous. North Launceston's pressure has well and truly been up to the task. Leaving that one behind was Breen. Here is Lee. Cox Goodyer. Sending them forward once more. Trickling ball in the direction of Bealey. Just picked it up off the half volley. Left it behind though. Here is Griffiths. The goal sneaks out the back, but it's going to be a free kick. Doesn't matter if Griffiths has got it or not. Free kick going the way
Brandon Leary.
of Brandon Leary. He's been equally as good as Griffiths this year, Brandon Leary. One of the City Park radio team's favourite players. I can see why. Played in the state game. I believe both the state games.
Last year too.
3 state games in 2 years. Brandon Leary, one of the first picks in this team for North Launceston, crosses the arc of 50. 45-metre kick.
Looks pretty good.
Really big kick, and they ride it home here at Blundstone Arena. Leary gets his first of the afternoon. Extends the lead now, Ryan. Really big kick from Leary. The wind just took it, didn't it?
It's a game of inches. It does, Bo. As I was just about to say, it's a game of inches. Jared Harper kicks that goal 4 or 5 minutes ago. This game's a real ball game. And then Leary goes up the other end and kicks one. So extends that lead out now. 6-5-41 plays 3-10-28. So as I mentioned, wayward kicking could come back to haunt the host today. 19 and a half gone now. So we approach time on here at Bell Reeve on a cold Saturday in the middle of August. Round 19. 2 more rounds to play before we approach September action. Back in the middle. Might have been reset. Umpire said no. Holmes kicked out. Probably should have been holding the ball. Umpire said no.
Loving this crowd, Ryan.
A really good contingent, as we mentioned, from North Lonnie today. Come down the highway and they're seeing their side produce a cracking game. So BCG from 50. That's not his best, but it almost worked out well. We've seen him kick so many goals from that distance, Boat, across the course of his near 14, 15-year journey in this competition. And on that occasion, he couldn't quite do it on a day where not many others would even attempt it. So throw in now. Holmes and Mitchell. That ball is going to get recalled immediately. The wind took it again. Second time that's happened inside forward 50 at this end of the ground.
Yeah, hard work for the umpires today, Ryan, definitely.
Not like to be an umpire today, that's for sure. So he'll reset again. That's a bit better on that occasion. So Holmes just pushes Mitchell off it again. He's done it a few times against his younger opponent. He's inside 50. Obviously Alex Lee doing similar to Holmes and staying out of those forward 50 contests at his end of the ground.
So it's just this chaos ball on.
Yeah, it is. So Mark Taken, kick inside now. Good lead out. Good pressure though. Really good there from Theo Ives. Calls for ball. What's the umpire going to pay here? He's going to pay it. So holding the ball, says the umpire. I think it might be James Glover. It is. So some good forward pressure from that man. A few players come on the ground now. Thomas, one of them. Jake Nash also comes on, along with the man in the 16, Liam Howard.
He needs to kick this right.
He does. This is as important a kick as Pre-Shaw's was a few minutes ago. So James Glover, he'll kick from just inside the paint at 50. That goes close. That looks pretty good. Umpire did not move an inch. And he kicks it straight through the big sticks, James Glover. So he drags that margin back. 4-10-34 play, 6-5-41. 22 minutes gone. So the immediate response there from the Roos. They drag it back to a 7-point ball game.
Yeah, great work there by James Glover as the Lonnie faithful just keep getting into it. We love to hear it. Really getting into it. Loving the crowd here. It's almost been a ghost town in some of these Southern Tasmania games here, Ryan, without the North Lonnie fans. Great to have them here this afternoon.
Fair to say, I reckon there'll be a lot of Clarence supporters inside the glass, but
yeah.
So they are here, but
the North Lonnie faithful braving the cold. Back into the middle now. Lee with a tap down. 2 bites of the cherry. Just slapped it forward. Here he is again, soccering it. The big fella. He's a big man. And now Tappy on there as well. He might have been held. Diving on the back there was Connor Young. And I think, Kerr. And now just getting into it a little bit.
Free kick.
He's short. Does well too. Just let him know about it there. I think it was Connor Young, or it might have actually been Declan Shug. One of the two there, landing in the back of Keegan Wiley. High kick long down the line. Lee with the fist. In fact, was Mitchell, my apologies, as well, just to get that one over the line for a throw-in. 23.5 minutes gone, 4:10:34, 7-point lead, 6:5:41. Wet and windy conditions here at Blundstone Arena for round 19 Cripps TSL action. Lee with it. He's just done that all day, slapped it out of the vicinity. Here is Leary, spinning around to that right foot, high up and under kick. Thomas was just lost. Howard did well. Griffiths met with a bump. Now they're going to try rebound again in North Launceston. Really well done, though, just to keep the ball in. They had to do it. And this one's going to be a ball up just on the over the 50 for North Launceston. Here they go again. Lee and Holmes. Big ruck contest. Holmes and Lee both nullify himself. Didn't really win the tap down, either of them. Bales now. Green's been quiet. Coming off that injury in round 14. Here is Ryan. Breaks through the pack. Now they're going to go. It was Ryan, wasn't it? To Preshaw. Leading out is Harper. Sends them forward though. Borsboom's at the back.
Terrific play, Clarence. They had two options there, Holmes and Borsboom. And Holmes did really well both to drag the defender in between and towards him and lead Borsboom out the back. That's great play from the Roos.
Yeah, brilliantly done. This to put it back within a point. We keep saying it.
If the last two kicks weren't big, this is even bigger.
Every kick we're going to say it, Ryan, because it is a really big kick in the context of this game. So Borsboom, a multi-talented sportsman, playing his cricket as well. The Clarence on its way, drifting across the face of goal again.
Not a bad
Borsboom.
6-point ball game.
Yeah, it is a handy point. It's a good point to be getting, but he would have liked the goal. So now North Launceston are going to take a little bit of time. Harry Bales now. Now to Nash. Just going to hold play up a little bit here. Take a few seconds off the clock. Not much really to go to though, so just dumps a long one high. Hopes for the best. Hand pass out there was from Bo Nash. Here is Sulzberger. Kick forward. Here is Griffiths. Genuine one-on-one battle. Winning it there was Bealey, I think it was.
Really good there from James Bealey.
Nash again, winning it back North Launceston, beautifully out wide to Thomas, and now they're going to rebound.
So Thomas on the commentary side wing. He's just going to hold play there. I'll mention it again. That was a genuine one-on-one there from James Bealey. Did incredibly well to win that battle. Thomas comes inside to Brad Cox-Goodyear.
Really did well to win it back though,
He
North
does.
Launceston.
And they got one out wide there on the far wing.
Overlap.
They go to it. It's Nash. So Nash with the overlap kick. He's going to go inside 50 now. It's a short kick. Tries to find Lee. Can't take the mark.
Just too slow.
Siren goes for three-quarter time. Sorry. So that'll be all she wrote here for the first three quarters. And it is Clarence with a 6-point deficit here at the final change. 4:11:35 to North Launceston. 6:5:41. Goal kickers for you at three-quarter time. All singles all across the park. Brad Cox-Goodyear with one, Brandon Leary one, Declan Chug, Wade Sulzberger, Harvey Griffiths and Kalen Matthews all with singles. While for the Roos, James Glover, Jared Harper, Jack Dolliver and Bryce Allone. So really important quarter there both from the Roos. I think if they had gone into 2 or 3 goal deficit, it would have made it very hard. But given they're only down by a goal, I reckon they're going to give themselves every chance heading into this final quarter.
Yeah, it's a really good point, Ryan. It's going to be a really interesting third quarter. I'm not quite sure it'd a tip from here. North Launceston taking a big 6-point lead. 6-point leads aren't huge. Obviously, there's 6 points I've stuffed up there, but it's a really big 6 points in the context of this game. As we go to some score updates from KG5, 2-4-16 and 2-4-16. A draw out there at KG5 and 4 goals straight to 3-6 Lauderdale. 24 apiece there.
So we'll take a break with you here at three-quarter time. 6-point ball game in this top of the table TSL clash between the Bombers and the Roos. Stick with us. We're set for a grandstand finish. We'll be back with you in just a little bit. Hello and welcome back to Belrive Oval. Set for a grandstand finish here between the ladder leading North Launceston and the second place Clarence. 6-point margin here at the final change, 6-5-41. Place 4-11-35. By Downham speaking in the break there off mic. We should feel like we're going to be set for, as I said, a grandstand finish. Going to come right down to the wire here at Belrive.
Each team needs to be on. The undefeated North Launceston taking on Clarence, who are 12-3. The Hunters may become hunted this afternoon in North Launceston, or can it be Clarence to get a win against the team they haven't bet? The only team they haven't bet this year. Round 19 Cripps tier selection with Noah Holmes winning the tap down. Norton gets the flick hand pass out. Salzburg with a one-handed pick-up, just a hack kick out wide in front of the genuine one-on-one between Howard and Thomas. Thomas has the speed, kicking inside forward 50 to the goal square nearly. Would have been a brilliant goal from Thomas if he had got it. Good start laid from North Launceston in this final quarter, out to 7 points. Now, with Bealey, he'll kick it out wide. Doliver was there wanting the crumb, bursting through there nicely was David Summers. Flicked a hand pass off though. forward here for the Roos. Apologies for the technical difficulties. So back inside forward 50 now. It's going to be another throw-in. So again now, North Launceston needing to defend. They've done it well all day. You can hear the cries of the Bombers faithful. Here is Lee slapping it down. Green's been quiet this afternoon, flicking a hand pass up. There was Van Dam. Quick kick out of the pack there from Cox Goodyear. Nearly taking the mark. Here is Nash. Griffiths though just slaps it on the boot. Hopes for the best. Out in front of now Avent, kicking them inside forward 50. Genuine one-on-one. Nash just slapped it on Nifley. Snap on goal. To the teeth of goal. They need to touch it. They will. Cleary happy to see that one over. Now out to 19 points. Tom Cleary rushing that one over 4 behind. Here is Philpott leading up. Terrible kick. Van Dam with a fist. Ives was lurking. Connor Young taken in the tackle. We'll see another ball up as Alex Lee comes off for a spell. In fact, it was Young. Or Kerr, I might say. Lee, Cox Goodyear, flicks a hand pass up. Pretty sure happy to see it over the boundary line for a throw-in. Even numbers down the line for Clarence. They really need to get a goal here. 11 and a half minutes gone in this round 19 Cripps TSL game. It's North Launceston taking a 19-point lead. Either ruckman failing to get a tap down. Holmes tried to beat 2. Didn't get the kick away. So now it's going to be Jack Events to go inside forward 50 once more. Who have they got leading up? Leeds presents. Cox Goodyear was there. Deep inside forward 50. Griffiths nearly. Nash is lurking though. Needed to slap it on the boot. Didn't. Snap around. Hooking from Jack Ahern. Jack Ahern gets it. Is that the dagger in the Clarence heart? Jack Ahern, brilliantly done. Snapping left foot kick. He's done well. Just extending it out now to 25 points.
I think you're right, Bo. That might be the dagger in the heart of the Roos. 9-7-61 plays 4-12-36.
Second of the afternoon for Ahern.
Kick 2. Only multiple goal scorer on the ground now across both sides. So we came in expecting a tight contest. It was a goal at three-quarter time. 3 goals here in the last quarter to the Bombers has extended that lead out now to a 4-goal deficit. So they're going to need an immediate response here and probably a couple in a row, Clarence, to have any shot at causing an upset and giving the Bombers their first loss of the year. Holmes does well, couldn't take it. Did his brother James. Might have been in the back. Umpire said no, play on. Umpire says mine now, so they'll reset. All the big movers in there. Van Dam on Norton. Holmes wins it down in front of Lee. Gives off to Proprotny. He goes inside 50. Green at the sit. Good over there, over the back there from Bailey Mitchell.
Holmes.
Comes out to Holmes. Umpire says no. He'll have it again. So they'll reset just outside the paint of 50 here at Blundstone Arena. Holmes and Lee. Lee wins down despite the push-off from Holmes. Wiley tried to use the body, but in the end, his opponent did well to just hold the footy in and get a reset once more.
Definitely cleared up here on.
It has, a little wind still about, but no rain, which is good. So what can Clarence do here? As I said, they're going to need a response pretty quickly. North only kick the next one. She's all but over. So goes forward now. Genuine foot race on here, and Nash wins it. Gives off to a teammate. They do well. Manshandon tries to find Young, and Norton ends up with the footy for the Roos. So this is good. Can't take the mark though. That's where it's let them down on a few occasions. Holmes gives off to Proprotny. He's got mud all across the back of the jumper. There's this man in game 100. So Proprotny goes forward now. He's got Green on a lead. Footy doesn't get to him on the bounce. Goes out of bounds in the end.
Our apologies for the score. The scorecard's just not coming up on the stream at the moment. It's 4:12:36 to 9:7:61. 14 minutes and 48 seconds into this game.
So we'll keep you updated. 15 and a half minutes it should be, Bo. The one here is late. The one on my computer screen in front of me was bang on. So 15 and a half gone. As Bo said, 4:12 to 9:6. So 61 plays 36. We'll keep you updated with the scores throughout while we try to fix up that scorecard on your stream. So reset now. I think it might be a free kick to North Lonnie. It is. So the Roos went forward, but only as far as the boundary line, and in the end it went out on the full. So they'll kick out now. High footy inside the middle of the ground. Good mark, almost taken by Proprotny. He's played well today, has that man. And they'll reset once more.
Back on now, so apologies for that. Another throw up inside the centre square. Kicking it forward there is Norton. Green! They need him to fire. This would be a really, really big kick for Josh Green. He really needs to get this if there's going to be any chance. He's been quiet today. Back in his return game since round 14, I believe it was. Yeah, Josh Green.
Kicked 6 on that day, Bowen, to the ankle early in that first quarter that played through. It hasn't played since, so big kick from Josh Green.
Uncharacteristically quiet. Crosses the arc of 50. They need a hero. And they need it now. Josh Green. He gets his first, and the belief is still there for the Roos.
5:12:42, plays 9:7:61. So back to a 19-point ball game. That's doable. 16 and a half minutes gone, so still you'd think 10 to 12, maybe even 15 minutes left in this last quarter. So plenty of time for the Roos. Is that the one that gives them some late game momentum here? So Green with one. Single goal scorers, sorry, I should say, across the park for the Roos today. So we'll reset in the middle of a mud-soaked Bellerive Oval. Holmes and Lee once again. He's done well this second half, Noah Holmes. Lee wins it down. Clarence with the numbers at the ball, but Sulzberger just goes off the deck. Pretty sure he's going to apply a tackle now. Did well not to collect his opponent high in the end. He applies another one on the bottom of that pack, Jack Preshaw. Goes forward now. Thomas with a good bit of his own pressure. The Roos have got all the danger here inside the forward 50 for the Bombers. They held up well here. That's that man Preshaw. Comes inside to Holmes. He elects not to give it off to a teammate on the run. They've got one out wide here. It's the man in the 26 of Holmes. So he goes over the top. It's a short one to Norton, and he's going to run. Kicks inside, high footy. He's got Green under this footy. Just pushes his opponent into it in the end. Did well there, the North Launceston defender. Keegan Ryan breaks through. Can he put this through? He can't.
Second time today, Ryan, that they've absolutely butchered it going forward.
Opportunity gone begging there for Clarence. That would have cut this margin back to 13 and given them some real momentum with 2 goals in the space of a couple of minutes. But Keegan Ryan puts it through for a behind.
So out wide now. Just out in front of Thomas. Ball will trickle out. Cox Goodyear on. Preshaw, Fisher. And I think it's Glover looking to come onto the ground now. In fact, it's both. Proprotny. Bullsboom comes off. Really needs something out of this forward line now. Through the Roos. Holmes and Lee. Ruck battle has definitely been won by Lee this afternoon, I would have thought. Norton flicks a hand pass off to Preshaw. Leading out there is Holmes. They need to create something. Green was on the lead. He went to him. Brilliantly done, though, with the spoil from the back. I think it might have been Bales or even Lockie Mitchell, who's been massive down there in defence. Hasn't been his day today, Josh Green, at all. He's had 1 goal to his name, but apart from that, he hasn't really had much impact on the state of result. 5:13:43. 9:7:61. 19 and a half minutes gone here. Round 19. Cripps TSL action. Bo Down and Ryan Rosendale in the box in a very cold southern Tasmania day. Either Ruckman failing to get a tap down. Here is Green. Flicks a hand pass off to Preshaw. Barely going back to go forward. Trying to break the tackle. He took on 3.
I think he had clean possession before he was able to get tackled by, so maybe got away to one there, Billy.
So, Holmes spikes it forward. Bales dug into the turf by Holmes. We'll see another ball up as time just ticks away, slicing the seconds off this clock, North Launceston. Faithful have been out in a force this afternoon. Just going inside forward 50. Not really going much. Here is Green out the back for 2 massive goals. Green, was he pushed in the back? No. Bales does well. Really defensively strong there from Bales.
They got him in the side. Really smart there from Harry Bales, the Lefroy medalist from a few months ago.
Sweet. Go back inside near the teeth of goal. Need a goal quickly. Who will be the hero for Clarence? Holmes spikes it. Chaos ball. Glover had more time than he thought. Bales put under significant pressure. Spinning out of trouble there was Summers. Not much really happening though. Fisher overrunning it. Griffiths was there as well. Being tracked there is Jack Ahern.
So only multiple goal kicker on the ground with 2. Jack Ahern goes back up. Holmes and Lee. Lee wins down on that occasion. Preshaw gives a handball off to a teammate. He goes even wider to Norton. That kick's going to stay in just. They'll get a reset inside 50. So 21 and a half gone now. 61 plays 43. So a couple goals still in it for Clarence. They're going to need to kick a few in the next few minutes if there's any chance to win this. 5-13. It's not a scoreline usually when a game of footy wins, it's fair to say. They've had a few opportunities go begging today in front of the big six. Keegan Ryan a few minutes ago. Jared Harper late in that third quarter. This one from dead in front off the deck. They out now through Proprotny in game 100. What can he do with the footy? It's not going to trouble the goal umpire. Good mark taken there on the last line of defence.
They've just been really slow and fumbly going inside forward 50, Ryan. And
they haven't been clean on a lot of occasions when they have, Bo, you're right.
Really interesting mark tally, I reckon. When this comes out in Premier Data, I'd be really interested to see the marks differential.
So Griffiths, he goes wide to Thomas. Thomas will just wait and set for this footy. So Thomas goes up, kicks forward. Mark not taken there. Griffiths again. Big tackle applied by Beerley.
1-on-1 in the goal square, Ryan. Matthews and Tom Cleary.
So this footy comes out here. That's where it's going to go to. Matthews and Cleary, one out inside the goal square. Doesn't go that far though. Umpire says high, so free kick paid. Too sure which way it's going to go. It's going to go the other way. Clarence.
Really need to go now, Ryan. They really need to find something in the middle of the ground and try a rebound.
So 61 plays 43. It's tight. A game, as you'll see, this late in the season. Even 3-goal margin here at Belrive.
Too slow.
Too slow here. The Roos need to go and they need to go now. Mark not taken by Clarence. Good one taken there. In defence by Kerr.
You can never expect to do anything going forward. If you're going to kick it to a 2-on-1, it's just really simple under 12 sort of stuff.
It is. Summers has got the footy now. He's going to go directly up the line on the far wing. Pack forms, Mark not taken. Over the back was Ahern. He goes forward now. He beats a couple. He goes inside 50. If this goes through, that's game over. It does, but it's only a behind. So 19 points, a handy point for the Bombers. Makes it a 4-goal game. 9-10, 9-8, I should say. Sorry, 62 plays 5-13, 43. Bo Downham.
Need to go now through Wiley. Gets the hand pass off to Blake Harper. Long kick down the line. Brilliantly done, though. Fisted out of play there.
The issue for the Roos now, though, is they need 4 goals to win this. They've only kicked 5 for the game. So that tells me that it's probably going to be too tough for them. You only kick 5 goals in almost a full game of footy, and you need 4 to win it in the space of a few minutes. I'd say that's all she wrote.
Now, they haven't kicked more than 6 goals against this North Launceston outfit. To be fair, I don't think many teams have. Genuinely a sound team defensively and in the forward line as Norton twists his way out of trouble. Kick to a genuine 1-on-1. Ives just went down with a fist. Dolliver's lurking around. Happy to see that one out. Is Bailey Mitchell, who's been a rock down there in defence.
Been really good on Josh Green today, Bailey Mitchell.
Both the Mitchell boys have really stood out to me this afternoon. Interesting to see who you give the votes to, Ryan, because there's a mixture of players you can give them to, like a Hearn or even in the middle.
Alex Lee's been good.
Yeah, he certainly has. I like your thinking. Here is Lee again on cue. Gets the tap down. He's done that a lot today, just spiking it out of the vicinity as Borsboom's tracked down, slapping it off there. Here is very short.
Down, and that's the exact same shoulder he's missed half the year with. So this isn't good. Got hit with a bump from Harvey Griffiths.
Need to stop play here, I would have thought.
Keep our eye on that. I'm not sure if it's the same shoulder he's missed half a season with, but fair to say I'll put my money on it given he's still down.
Looks like it might be the left shoulder, Ryan.
Oh, yeah, I'm not too sure. I'll speak to Coach Peter Ryan post-game and confirm which shoulder he's missed half the year with Baxter Norton. But
maybe right, actually.
He was down immediately and did not get back up quickly, did Baxter Norton.
So, a throw-in inside forward 50, 26 and a half minutes gone. Not long left. Lee. Ryan was the spare man out who just came on the bench, slapped it off neatly. Now Harper hurries a kick. Borsboom splits the webbing of the fingers there. Van Dam with a really nice kick out of trouble, hitting up Declan Chugg. 5-13-43. It's a 19-point margin. Here is Van Dam. Not long left now. Kicks it back to Chugg. He just goes backwards to Van Dam. Happy to take time off the clock.
That's a good kick.
North Launceston, really good kick. Hits up David Summers. Not much to go to. Only Van Dam out wide. Has the overlap on Salzburger. And there is the siren. The Hunters are still undefeated. North Launceston, brilliantly done, made the trek down the highway. They are still undefeated in 2024, and it looks like it will remain that way, Ryan.
It will, unless Kingbrook can cause an upset next week. But here today at Bellerive, they were challenged throughout, but it was the Northern Bombers in the end. They keep that undefeated streak alive. 9-8-62 to 5-13-43. Goal kickers for you. Jack Ahern was the only multiple goal kicker. He kicked 2. Singles to Brad Cox, Goodyard, Brandon Leary, William Manchandon, Declan Chugg, Blade Schulzberger, Harvey Griffiths and Kalen Matthews. For the Roos, it was James Glover with 1, Jared Harper with 1, Jack Dolliver with 1 and Bryce Alomes with 1. I'm missing one there, Bo, so I haven't jotted that down on my score sheet. So 5 goals in the end for Clarence, but today it wasn't enough. 5-13-43 to 9-8-62, and as you said, Bo, we haven't seen a side go undefeated throughout a regular home and away and finals fixture in TSL history, but we may see that this year given the dominance that North Lonnie have shown so far this year.
If they win the premiership, that's definitely right, Ryan. That will be the first team and the last team to go undefeated. Big shout out to Ash Wilkes in the studio, Jim Woolley for putting this all together on the camera. He's done an amazing job, Ryan. Hopefully we see you again this year, but it's been a pleasure having you alongside to my left shoulder today and throughout the season. Hopefully you can get one more game, but obviously it makes it tough with your Mercury commitment. It's been great to have you alongside me and really great to have all the viewers watching throughout the season.
Thanks, Bo. Yeah, not too sure if I'll be back on the call this year. If I'm not, it's been a pleasure to bring the games I brought with you to you. But yeah, terrific to see today North Lonnie up close and personal because they've been terrific. So from myself, Ryan Osdale, Bo Downham, as you said, everyone else that's brought this to you, we thank you for being with us. And until next week, but if you tune in, you've got 2 other TSL games currently going on, given we had the early start here at Bellerive. So flick across to either Tigers and Glenorchy at KG5 or North Hobart Lauderdale at North Hobart Oval, because they're still ahead.
They look like riffing games.
They do, yeah, really tight both games. So look towards those games and then again to next week. But from me, Ryan Rosendale and Bo Downer, it's bye for now. See you next week.